it's that time of the year again where it's Fife House. And with me today is the Executive Director of Fife House Foundation, Keith Hambly, and Chef and owner of Celestin Restaurant, Ivan Tarazona. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Fife House, for those who aren't familiar with it, maybe give us a break.
Sure. Fife House has been around for about 23 years, and we provide supportive housing and support services for people living with HIV and AIDS here in Toronto. And last time I was on, I was talking about a unique program of housing people within the community who have substance use issues and who've been homeless for years and years and in and out of hospitals. And I'm happy to say we're full in that program. We have all 32 units occupied, and people are doing very well. In fact, their hospital visits and rates have gone down dramatically.
And so that's because they're looking after themselves.
They're looking after themselves, the support is there, and the biggest thing is they have housing.
Right.
And they have shelter, and they're doing very well. So it's a proven program. On average, we tend to house probably between 100 and 150 individuals within the broader community, in addition to the nearly 200 we have in our own housing and housing support residences.
Now, why is the housing so important? Because there's this misconception out there that people with HIV or AIDS now aren't really sick anymore because you pop a pill and they're okay, but that's not true.
Certainly the medication has improved since the mid-90s. However, the issue of poverty and housing and the need for supportive housing is still there, and it's great. There's estimated between 16 to 18,000 individuals who are HIV positive within the Toronto area. Many live below the poverty line who are on social assistance because of the episodic nature of the illness. And individuals may not be able to get work or steady work, if you will. However, housing is still a critical need and a key determinant of their health and long-term stability. So that's why there's an absolute need for long-term housing solutions.
Well, I can't imagine the stress of actually not having a home or a regular home,
Absolutely.
a place to go home to,
Exactly.
and top of being ill. Right?
Exactly.
It would just perpetuate it.
And it would absolutely perpetuate it. And the fact that people are constantly moving, they're going from friend to friend, couch surfing we call it, that doesn't do anyone any good in terms of their long-term health. So providing that stable, permanent supportive housing is absolutely critical. And folks like Celestin and Ivan here and all the restaurants at Taste for Life are major supporters of that. And I'm glad you and Val are actually wearing the volunteer buttons for National Volunteer Week. And volunteers are so important to Fife House. We have almost 250 volunteers on an annual basis who provide all sorts of services, and a real kudos and shout out to our volunteer team. And they provide such a critical component to what we do.
Yeah, we love volunteers. Yeah. Okay, so what's happening next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday is our wonderful Taste for Life event. This, I think, is our 11th year of doing that, and we have over 50 restaurants participating. Please go to our website, www.fifehouse.org. Find your restaurant, and as you said earlier, Glenn, it's an excellent excuse to go out for dinner with your friends, your colleagues. You have a great time. We have roughly 2,000 people, 2,000 to 4,000 people, depending if we fill all the restaurants annually in this event. And I hear nothing but great things. I visit as many as I can.
Fun. I saw you popped over to. I was at Earth.
That's right.
Last year.
Yeah.
I'm doing Globe.
Excellent.
Year. Yeah.
So I'll be.
No offense.
Oh, I'm going to go home right now.
No. I love your restaurant too. Yeah. And so actually, why don't we talk about your restaurant,
Sure.
Celestin? Tell us a little bit about the restaurant.
Well, Celestin, I've been there for 10 years now. Mm-hmm. I was a sous chef back when I was 21.
Wow.
So I was a young guy.
Yeah.
And I bought it 3 years ago. So I took over. I'm the chef, the owner.
That restaurant.
You know what? You learn so much being on the other side of things. When you're only working for somebody, it's one thing, but now it's a totally different thing. So, but I love the place. That's why I took over it. It's very French.
Yeah.
Our style of cuisine is Southern French. So it's a lot lighter, more olive oil, more vinegars, more citrus juice. You know, getting away from all the creams and the butters that everybody thinks French food's
healthier,
about.
like a healthier
Yeah,
option.
Exactly. Yeah. You know,
I do love the creams and things that the French do.
There's a time and a place for everything, but every day it's not a good thing either. So, especially when I got to be around it all the time. So,
you're in good shape. So
I try. Thanks. But no, so that's what we're going with, and today we're going to do a dish which is crudo. Crudo is the Italian name for raw.
Raw. Okay.
So, but everyone has one from South America to Japan. Everybody has a raw fish dish, especially if you live near the ocean. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So today we're gonna go with a sushi grade tuna. You can find this anywhere. You know, go anywhere. A good fishmonger should have this. And just simple products. We have grapefruit. We have these fresh sprouts. They're little flowers, pea sprouts, everything which come from Cookstown, Cookstown Greenest, who grows them. Great place.
Okay.
Then we have balsamic and olive oil. It's an aged balsamic. So, you know, a little higher quality gives you a little bit more smokiness. The flavor is a little bit different. So,
I'm dying to try it, although eating raw freaks me out.
don't worry about it. If not, you can come find me. You know where I work. Then we have some cured lemon. Cured lemon's a Moroccan thing. So what they do is they cure it in salt. They cure it over, let's say, a period of 4 months to a year. It ends up, so you get the citrus flavor, but the saltiness, it's really, really nice. You can use it for fish, duck, whatever you want.
Okay.
The mind, just, you know, imagination is all that matters when
But
it
the
comes to
flavor
cooking.
would be just fantastic, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I created this really simple dish. Anybody can do it now. The summer's coming. You stay healthy. You don't feel bad.
Okay.
And we're just going to put all these things together. I'm going to show you a few steps on how to clean a grapefruit, how to take care of the asparagus, just really simple things.
Okay.
And then we go on from there.
All right, let's get started.
Perfect. So we're going to start off with the grapefruit. What I did was I took off the ends.
Okay.
So it's stable. You know, also what you do is use the rind, and that is your guide.
Okay.
So you don't end up wasting the fruit. And you just cut around. It's really simple.
Okay, we've got about 2 minutes before we go to break. Will we be able to get through some of this? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
If you want me to work faster, is that what you're trying
Yeah,
to say?
can you pick it up a little bit? You know?
Jeez, the stress. And then, so once you take off all the rind, it's got a membrane on each side. So you just go down one side, and you can go down the other side.
Well, membrane. I've never heard of it put that way before.
I know, we're using technical terms.
It's
I'm
like a
sorry.
brain.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, and then you end up with a segment of that's it.
Okay, so that's
And you don't,
easy.
you know,
Okay.
you know when you eat an orange and you just cut it in half and you eat it and you're kind of chewing and chewing and chewing. It's the membrane that you're chewing on.
Okay.
So that's all it is. You just go
Sounds
down one
appealing.
side. I know all these terms. And
Now, will you be serving this at the Fife House night?
to be
this
honest with
recipe?
you, no.
Okay.
I'm being completely honest. This is a dish that we have from time to time, but it's not something we're going to be serving during that time
Okay.
off. We have other
Right.
dishes which are amazing, a little bit more French
Okay.
to say, you know, lamb shank, duck confit, all the favorites.
Yum, yum.
So we're going to go with those instead.
Okay.
So here we have a
minute to
tuna.
go.
Okay, here we have tuna.
Yep.
You got a cutter. You can find these
Oh,
anywhere.
okay.
It's like a cookie cutter almost.
Yep.
Instead of smashing it, you kill everything. Just
Right.
turn it gently. Be gentle with it. It's okay. And then you end up with this beautiful piece of
So
tuna.
it ends like this.
Exactly.
Very nice.
And
Very
it ends up
nice.
like that. So you can put that in the fridge till it's time to put it together. Then you have an asparagus. Everybody's like always like, break the ends. You know what? I don't find it. They say break the ends because it gets rid of all the fibers and stuff. I don't see it happening.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to. You're gonna have to work through this as we go to
I'm working
break.
through it.
We'll have more with Keith and Ivan when we return, so stay tuned. We're gonna eat raw. And we're back with the executive director of Fife House Foundation, Keith Hambley, and chef and owner of Celestin Restaurant, Ivan Terrazzano. Okay, so where are we with this?
Okay, so we peeled the asparagus.
Okay.
Any peeler will do. Anything you have at home.
Now, do you have to peel the asparagus?
You know what? I say yes. For this dish, yes.
Okay.
Normally, no.
Okay.
But for this dish, yes. So once that's peeled, just keep it raw. Cut off the end.
Okay.
That's all you do. Put that over here. Then from there, grab your tuna
Okay.
and
Just don't mind if someone's playing behind you. They're just fixing your
okay.
your mic.
as long as they buy me a drink first, everything's okay.
That's
But
my policy.
so then you grab your tuna, and I say just cut it in half. Normally, I cut it a little bit too thick. That's why I'm cutting it. So you place that
Okay. Nice.
down the plate. Simple.
Very nice. So before, where can we get more information on Taste for
On
Life?
Taste for Life, go to our website, www.fifehouse.org, and we have a complete list of all the restaurants.
Right.
And we will be tweeting in the tweetosphere, in the blogosphere, to everyone on our list. And feel free to give us a call at 416-205-9888.
I've got to tell you, it's one of my favorite nights of the whole year. It's one of my favorite
It's
events.
a fun
it's just so much fun. So
Absolutely.
much fun. Okay, so what are you doing now?
Now we're putting a little fleur de sel in, which is fleur de sel is like a raw product, uniodized salt.
Okay.
So it's sea salt, is what it is. You know,
I love sea salt.
It's healthy for you. It's not as salty. It's great. So then take the segment and slice it, just thin slices. You know, When it comes to thinness, it all comes down to how safe you feel using your knife.
Oh yeah, well mine would be this thick.
Well, then you have a thick. Just put that right on top, like so. They're really simple.
Very nice. Very
Simplicity
nice.
is the key.
So we got about 20 seconds.
20 seconds, we're done.
He's confident.
Yeah.
confident.
Then a little bit of the
So-
cured lemon.
So nice.
I
eh?
know, it's
Presentation is everything.
gorgeous.
Well, flavor too.
Girl, let's-
We're looking forward to that.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to give this a shot. Well,
Are
thank you very much. Thank you
You're
very,
very
very much. For more information, go to tasteforlife.org. I'm dying to try this, by the way. Still to come on the show, we've got discussing the pain of mental health with Amy Skye and Linda Perlis, the Not Myself Today campaign, and author of The Accidental Captive. But first, our reporter Michelle Rivard had a chance to talk with members of the Wexford Gleeks who participated in this past weekend's Show Choir Canada. Take a look. Okay, I'm going raw. I'm going to give this a...